brothers and sisters, I'm trying to reach you. Just an average man, I'm not a preacher. All I wanna do is tell the truth, so maybe one day he will get to you.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. It is Friday, March 25th, 2022. This is a new podcast for the network I'm trying to launch. I don't want to call it a network. We'll just call it a podcast because that's what it is. And it's going to be called Grand Rising Israel. I also played around with Free Truth for Israel. I don't know which one we're going to go with yet. Either way, this is the first episode, impromptu. Don't have any notes, don't have any plans, except I did see a video pop up across my feed earlier today. Apparently this announcement was made yesterday after Biden and the world leaders met at the NATO summit and held a press conference, surrounding the Ukrainian-Russian war going on, all the different sanctions Biden's put in place on Russia for their aggression towards the Ukraine. First of all, let me preface this by saying I 100% believe that this war is fabricated. This so-called war it's a tool once again to pump fear into the lives of Americans in a time when, people are wondering what the hell is actually going on, right? Ever since 2020, the onset of 2020 when COVID-19 hit, it's just been nothing but utter chaos. Really, ever since, I want to say, really, if you want to go that far back, since Bush got elected, and even further back, you can tie everything that's going on today all the way back to the original Bush administration, the Nixon administration, the Kennedy administration. I mean, if we're being real, everything happening today stems back to the formation of this country, which was founded on slavery, brutality, greed, and all the alike. But let's just talk about the immediate future, the immediate, time period we're in. So we all know that the stuff going on now really started happening around March 2020 when COVID-19 was announced. Then we had the racial unrest starting with the George Floyd killing. That was just the catalyst for the bigger issue. We've seen wrongful deaths well before that. So say all that to say, I've been trying to sound the alarm to my friends and family for so long about what's going on, and it just seems to always fall on deaf ears. Some people probably think I'm crazy, a conspiracy theorist, all that sort of stuff. But then it's like the more we go, the longer we go, the more the people like me are starting to not sound like the crazy ones, right? Even when I was telling my friends, I pray that y'all stock up on food, man. Get y'all some canned goods. Make sure them cabinets are stocked and packed, because you never know what could go down, right? We saw at the start of the pandemic, the store shelves are just being raided. Everything, toilet paper, food, water, everything. It's nice that, right, in the majority of our lives, we were able to go to the grocery store and find everything we need with no issue, have enough money to pay for it all. Now, not only are we not finding everything we need readily and available, but it's also costing a lot more. And Biden just announced that we should expect it to get even worse with regards to the food shortage, and it's the same thing with the gas surge. Everything going up is being blamed on this Ukrainian war. And then food is the next thing, right? They know the effects of all these different events going on around the world, and they knew it well before they made the decision to engage in these activities. And yet we didn't see any urgency to do anything about it. No preemptive band-aids for the situation. As a matter of fact, we've seen quite the opposite. We saw Biden paying farmers to destroy crops. Why would he want to do that? Knowing, and this was going on even after COVID-19, but this started before then. But we've seen, crops being destroyed, food prices going up, the docks are being stifled. The truckers are they're going on strike because they're not being paid well enough and they're not being treated well enough. All these things are kind of boiling over in this big ass pot of bullshit. And we're led to believe that it's all because of the Ukrainian war, and we are giving people like Putin and Kim Jong Un and Xi Jinping and whatever the hell their names are. These are what I like to call the villains of the world, because the world is a stage. Everything, they say, believe everything believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see, right? And so that means even when we hear and see things going on around us, it appears, okay, I can see that the store shelves are empty. I can see that the prices are going up. And then I can see that things supposedly happening on this side of the world, would affect that. So I can rationalize that this is something that's supposed to be happening, and this is something that is outside of our control, and that we can blame the effects of these events on just one or two people. And that's just not, that is so far from the truth. It's not even funny, even though I did just let out a little chuckle. But the world is a stage. All these political leaders, all these national leaders of all these different sovereign nations, they knew what was going to happen. And we knew that Ukraine was a breeding ground for this sort of change. We've seen it in movies. Go watch Tenet. Tenet warns us to a lot of this stuff. It warns us to a lot, and people don't understand. They put the truth in their movies. The truth has to come out one way or another. That's why they always say, a good joke is rooted in reality, right? And art imitates reality. And so all you have to do is go and look for it and find it, and you'll see what the hell is actually going on. What's actually going on is these leaders are creating an environment of unrest in order to swoop in as the savior and get you to do whatever the hell they want. It's called order out of chaos. They want the world to get so chaotic to the point where you're going to beg for someone to come and save you. And a lot of people think that Jesus is going to come and save them. And I have bad news for those people too, but that's another story for another day. If you're still believing Jesus is going to come save you, then you probably don't even have a chance. But for those who don't believe in it, this is your solution. We're going to come in. We're going to impose all these restrictions. We're going to make it so people can't travel here and travel there. We're going to make it so that you can't spend your money unless we say you can spend your money. We're not even going to let you look at your money. We're not even going to let you make money. We're going to give you money, and then we're going to tell you how to spend that money. You're not going to own anything. You're not going to be entitled to anything. You're not even going to be in control of whenever you got to take your own shit, whenever you need to go piss, whatever you need to go do. We are going to make sure that we see every single thing you're doing. Oh, because we think that, you could possibly be going to meet up with someone to plot against the nation. These irrational thoughts of rebellion from people who honestly have a reason to rebel. And so they're creating the very environment that they want to, permeate society. They want people to be restless. They want people to struggle, because only then will people willingly give in to their demands and to their rules for the greater good, they like to say. It's all bullshit. Okay, it's just a way for them to exact more control, because on the spiritual side of things, these people know that their time is up, that, like every other powerful empire in the history of the world, theirs is falling. And this is just their way of being able to trap as many people as they can, because they know that, hey, we ain't going to get out of here alive. So why the hell should anyone else? And so I just urge you guys to just open your eyes, open your minds. Stop believing everything you see and read and hear on the news. Okay? And only believe half of what you see and nothing that you hear. And that means some of this stuff is, like I said, it's rooted in truth. But why? And how do they tell that truth? Those things matter, right? Like I said, we can see that the food shortages are real, but why are they real? It's not because of what they say. So really think about that and start to think about how you can circumvent these evil plans by just making a few key changes in your own life. And let's just try to work better as people in general to help each other and to stop hating each other for no fucking reason.